Radhe Krishna. Today, friends, I am making Rava Kesari or Sajjige for Krishna, and this is not the one that you make for Satyanarayana Vratam. This is just a regular Rava Kesari, but it is slightly different than a typical Rava Kesari that you may have had. For this, what I have taken is, I have taken 1/4 cup of normal suji or rava, and 1.5 times to rava I have taken sugar. I have taken almost half a fistful of grated dry coconut. There is 3 to 4 cardamom that I have peeled and coarsely grounded. Then there is this edible camphor, Kachkarpuram as we call it. I have taken a bit of that, and ghee for roasting. I have also taken 3 times the quantity of rava, 3:1 ratio. In a 3:1 ratio I have taken water. So before we start, I want to show you how to cut the bananas. Banana has to be very thin, and it should not be very thick slices. So what I typically do, I just run my fingers down the center of the banana so that it becomes into 3 different ridges, and then I slice them. So this is an important step for making this Rava Kesari. Now I will show you the roasting process for this Rava Kesari. I am now starting the roasting process for Rava. Ghee is nice and hot in this container, so it should bubble like that when you add. So, and it should be on a completely low flame. So I'm just roasting rava on a very low flame. In the meantime, friends, I have also started to boil this water. So this has to be a parallel process. When you are roasting the rava, you have to also set the water, that is 3:1 ratio to rava, to boil, and it has to boil, it has to come to a rolling boil, before which you cannot transfer this water to the rava. And it's very important that you maintain this 3:1 ratio. And if you are concerned that when it's boiling the water is evaporating and the moisture is not enough for your Rava Kesari, I suggest that you add a little bit more water, like 1:3.5 or something, and then start the roasting process. This is key when you are making this Rava Kesari in larger proportions, because the rava would have roasted and the water would not have come to rolling boil yet. So it's important that you keep the roasting on a low flame and start boiling the water. Rava has to be very hot when you transfer the boiling water to this Rava Kesari. Otherwise, it's going to become a sticky Rava Kesari. It's not going to be very fine and palatable. As you can see, now the water is completely boiling, and I am going to transfer this now to the rava. If you see, so now what you have to do is, you have to just gently give it a mix, so that the rava that sticks to the surface of the container also is very well mixed with the water. And you should not do anything after this. You should just continue this on a low flame, and the rava is going to absorb all the moisture. And I'm just going to continue to focus here so that you get a glimpse of how the rava captures all the moisture. Now this is the right consistency we want. Now I'm going to add banana, sugar, dry coconut and cardamom all together. Now I am showing how to add Kachkarpuram. It is an ingredient that is very strong in flavor, and it's very essential, but at the same time you have to manage, you have to watch the portions that you put. So I'll show you For about quarter cup of rava, I'm just taking a very small piece. Like if you can see, this also is a bit too much, but this much it will require. So you can just press it and it becomes powder, and you mix it with cardamom and copra and transfer all of this to the Rava Kesari. Like as it's cooking now, I'm just transferring everything. Rava, I'm just going to use another spoon at this point when it's almost done. You can see I'm just adding a little bit more ghee to this. And I'm just going to mix this gently. So friends, as you can see, now I'll allow it maybe for 2 more minutes, but this is pretty much done. So this is a very nice and interesting dish. You can also garnish it with dry fruits, but I'm not doing that today. So this is just a Kuchelan's Rava Kesari. So see how easily you can make this prasadam for Lord Krishna and offer it to him with a tulasi dalam. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanam. Radhe Krishna.